Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to a Ukraine update here. And I think the word of the day will be relief. Fresh in from holding a major position in a very important matter, we got Operator Starsky with us.
Yeah. Hello, my friends.
Welcome for your second stream tonight.
The urination station that could only be the Shills.
Guys, like when you need to go to bathroom, always take off your microphone, okay? So
otherwise you're subjected to insults forever.
yeah, it happens. It's life. I don't know. I don't care. So today we have some very, very key gas update from. Why do we say very, very, like, you know, Ukrainians, when they try to speak English, they always add this very, because we add very to everything in Ukrainian language. Yeah, and like people don't talk like that. But we have some really nice update from Crimea, because just several hours ago, Ukrainian armed forces hit the Russian shipyard in Kerch that was used to repair and to service Russian fleet, Russian combat vessels. And there was also one Russian ship that was carrying caliber cruise missiles. Hopefully, it went straight after the Russian flagship Moskva. I hope that we will receive some more updates on that. And during this week, we saw some tremendous losses in the area of Avdiivka, tremendous Russian losses, because Russians lost several battalions in the first day of the attack, of their advance towards Avdiivka, and they keep losing at least a battalion tactical group a day in that area. Today they lost approximately 30 or 40 armored vehicles a day, which is a lot. Yeah. Don't forget that Russians are running out of those. They cannot repair them, they cannot produce them, and they lost almost 40 vehicles, 11 tanks, 35 artillery systems, and 7 multiple launch rocket systems, which is amazing. One thing that shocked everybody this week was this horrible mass murder committed by Kadyrovites from Chechnya. It happened in Volnovakha, where Kadyrovites, according to local witnesses, came to this family and they ordered family to leave the house, basically move out, because they liked the house. And the family refused, of course, because they lived there all their life. And later, 2 Kadyrovites, again, according to the local witnesses, came to this house and murdered all family. They murdered 9 people, including 2 children. Of course, because Russians got scared of the reaction of the local population, they arrested 2 men. They reported arresting 2 men. But interesting fact is that locals, and you can see that in all kinds of reports, all kinds of chats that were posted, locals were saying that Kadyrovites from Chechnya came and killed this family. The Russians, on the other hand, the authorities arrested 2 Russian soldiers from 155th Battalion that are not Chechens, they are Russian, ethnic Russians, which again proves the fact that Russia is a fucking gangland that doesn't respect law And Kadyrovites in Russia can do whatever the hell they want to do. They can rape, they can loot, they can murder, they can beat up people, and nobody arrests them for that because they are untouchable in Russia. So that's mostly all on my side. Maybe Commander has something to add.
Not really. The one that really flabbergasted me was with the amount of impunity that they went and did those murders, and then nobody questioned it when they blamed regular Russian soldiers who weren't involved in the operation in the least. That's just that speaks volumes about how things work at the front for the Russians. The one thing I would like to touch on is Zelensky's recent pronouncement that the war is in a stalemate. I know he's taken a lot of flack for saying that, but I think it's like Churchill with that famous "I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, sweat, and tears." It's an acknowledgement that this is a difficult situation. There's no quick victory in sight, that we're going to have to settle in for the reality that we all know we're in and deal with it. So, kudos to him for being honest about it.
Yeah, I agree on that. And unlike Russians, we don't, we don't play that shit. We don't say that we already captured like Donetsk.
Your troops took Moscow last week. Didn't you know that?
Yeah. Starting last week, I already received like 10, maybe 15 commentaries from Russians saying that, but check the live UA map, Avdiivka is already taken.
What?
Yeah. Apparently they have problems with like vision. Maybe they confuse the names.
It's double vision, and if you kind of look at it, it looks like it's encircled, but no. But you just close one eye and suddenly reality becomes there.
Yeah, this is how it works, but apparently not for them. So yeah, I agree. Ukrainian commanders, Ukrainian spokesman, they don't play that shit. They we're trying to be as honest, as transparent as possible. Again, we're not killing imaginable hundreds of Russian airplanes on a daily basis, sometimes like 20, sometimes 50. Like, what's the purpose? What's the purpose? It's something that always made me laugh, because Russians would be like, but you already lost, you're dead, basically, like, dude, I'm here, I can see what happens here on the ground. Maybe you have like a better observation position on your fucking sofa, but here on the ground, I can see a different picture. And that's why, like, there's no point in lying. You should just give out the realistic information, the objective information. This is how public relations work, right? Because you cannot destroy propaganda with propaganda. You have to use normal communication with the society. And that's why, for example, all our data about those tremendous Russian losses that they take every single day, they can be confirmed by those hundreds of videos and photos that you can see in Telegram channels, in YouTube on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now that's the one thing that to me has stood out about this, is that when the Ukrainians make claims of destroyed vehicles and such, and the Russians will, oh, you're just exaggerating. And then people go out and they'll show the photographs and give you the serial numbers of the tanks and APCs that have been destroyed. They can tell you exactly what's going on. It's shining the light of truth on the darkness with the scurrying cockroaches of Russian propaganda.
Now, I'm sure right now I know what's on everybody's mind, so we are getting to it here. Donetsk, they had the missed Donetsk People's Republic beauty pageant. And so we have to show the winner here. And I guess this
Please
is,
don't.
yeah, this is what Russia has to offer. So I'm sorry if you were eating because I didn't give you a warning. Please put your food down now because you will need a couple minutes to recover, especially because I'm going to go Grover near and Grover far and Grover near and Grover far. Thank the Wizard of Oz in the chat there.
Appearing on the Kardashians next week as a special guest.
I mean, that's just that far from not even being human anymore.
I know.
It's just...
They are here.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. That was funny. Yeah, so hooray for culture? I don't know.
Yeah, in a petri dish, there's a culture.
Yeah. It's funny too. One more time, sorry, but look in the post there. Nice claws, by the way. Look at that hand holding that phone. Dear God, it belongs on a pterodactyl.
Is that an iPhone?
I'm not sure. This is why knockoff Photoshop apps are probably bad for some people. You should probably stick with the real thing. Let's see here. Dunk, have you any audio back? Is it working for you at all?
Yeah. I'm back. Yeah, I just dropped out for a bit. I don't know. I couldn't hear anybody.
Okay.
Came back on again. So
yeah, well,
okay.
You're here, so that's good. Should we get some shout outs in?
Yeah, sure. Well, Aussie T has been a monster as usual. He has gifted it so far. Was it 5, 10, 12, another 2 there. So that's 17, 17 Shills memberships. Thank you very much, Aussie T.
Wow.
We also have Lauren, who's become a Shill apprentice. So welcome to the family. Yvonne Way has sent in 5 Swiss francs. So thank you, Yvonne. Thank you. And probably a little sticker along with that, no doubt.
You see that? We talked about this and we've got it figured out now. We know what they are.
I can't remember seeing it.
Yeah. And we had a here, let me switch over here. We had a note from wait a minute here, because I got there's a note I want to. Okay, yeah. Shingwire. There was a direct donation from in the live in the beginning of the show there. It was 65 Canadian from someone in Norway to help our peace-loving friends in Ukraine. So that's hashtag boom boom goes in the fund. Thank you so much. And I think we're caught up then.
Yeah.
Should we? Let's get to a few viewer things. I bet we got some questions in already.
Okie dokie. So from Avid Elston asks, Operator Starsky, which movie would you like to be the first time view again? I.e. spoiler free.
What does it mean?
What
movie
do you like to see
like
for the first time?
Again, like as if so. What movie would you like to be able to watch again for the first time so you could be surprised by it and whatnot?
Oh my God, probably Sex and the City, like whole seasons. Yeah, because with the time I grew like old and cynical, and I cannot cry anymore over those scenes as I did previously, and I want to start feeling again, so probably like Sex and the City.
I just got a PM from Matthew Broderick on WhatsApp Messenger, and it turns out he's a little suspect on your motives there, Starsky. Eyeing up his wife, are you? Okay, yeah, let's go back to people with, something more to say than me right now.
Yeah, okay. So David Elston asks, Operator Starsky, how is the drone technology race evolving? Does either side have a clear upper hand?
Not. I would not say that Russians have that right now. Their, let's say, their advantage is that they can produce those drones massively and systematically. Basically, they have several types of drones that they can easily train their orgs to operate, and they can be used like easily and fast. At the same time, in Ukraine, all the drone operators require to pass at least some education, some school. And of course, it takes time and effort, but at the same time, we have much more different drones. It's not bad. It's not as bad as having like different type of calibers in like infantry, for smaller arms. It's not bad. Here we have the drones that we produce ourselves. Here we have drones that we buy abroad. There's many types of them. Maybe I will try to talk to some. I have a specialist that can answer your questions. He's chief of Ukrainian drone school, and he teaches drone operators to fly, to operate drones. Maybe I will somehow involve him into like, invite to the chat or something, or make a video, because it's a very interesting topic, actually.
Agreed.
Yeah, because according to our statistics, only in October, approximately 50, I believe it was like 56% of the Russian artillery was destroyed by Ukrainian drones. And 42%, more than 42% of all the Russian vehicles and tanks and everything they have were destroyed by the Ukrainian drones.
Yeah,
big numbers.
From an outside perspective, tracking what's kind of been going on, I think the best way to express it is the Ukrainians have done a far superior job of integrating drones to their lowest level of unit, whereas the Russians probably have more, but they don't know how to use them effectively. So you see in lots of the intercepted phone calls and such that the Russians, the troops are all talking about how they can't go anywhere or do anything without a Ukrainian drone spotting them, followed very shortly thereafter by either drones dropping grenades or mortars or something hitting them. Whereas they say, the last time I saw a Russian drone was weeks or months ago. So I think that's one of the key things, is that the Ukrainians are making far, far better use of the drones that they do have than the Russians are.
Yes, it's true. And it depends, of course, on the location, because in our area of operation, we still have this threat of Russian drones. It's still present there. It's quite hard to get to our positions, because Russians not only use their strike drones like Latsens, they also use FPP drones, and they're being used there every single day, looking for targets. And striking targets. But at the same time, again, according to our statistical information, there's one Russian drone against 4 Ukrainian drones. That's the numbers.
Wow.
Mitch's comment there, I think, is very insightful. Yeah, I think everybody, militaries around the world right now, are paying extremely close attention to what's happening in Ukraine, because it's very evident drones are going to become the future of military operations.
Action on the field has dramatically changed through this conflict compared to the traditional outlook of things, hasn't it, Commander?
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
It's it's a shame that Starsky and his people are involved in it. As we look at it as, oh yeah, that's a big advancement. It's a very conflicting moment in chat because, you want to say, yeah, they're kicking ass with them, but they shouldn't have to be because the orcs shouldn't be there in the first place. It brings you around in circles trying to get your head around this as you're talking sometimes, right?
Yep, very much so.
Yeah. Where are we there, Dunk? A few more from the viewers?
We have more if you want. Excuse me. Back to the movies. Twing asks, who would Starsky like to play him in the obviously upcoming Lifetime movie of him? Upcoming Lifetime movie? His upcoming movie about his life, I guess. Or maybe, that film that you'd like to see for the first time, which would be Putin, How I Lost the War. That would be a great film. So yeah, we've asked this question before with Starsky, but have you got any change of mind of who would like to play you? Barbara Streisand, maybe.
Barbara Streisand, yeah, that could be absolutely.
It'll be a musical, of course.
Yeah. Also, it's either and if Barbara Streisand, then I think that this should take place like in her villa. You know what I'm talking about? And it must be either Statham,
yeah,
or Carl Pilkington.
Carl Pilkington. I thought that's who we had on as a guest.
Either or. I see people cannot forget about the Sex and the City topic because, guys, Sex and the City is an amazing show. I remember back in my days, I was I was studying in the university, and I was dating this girl. And every single time I visited her, she made me watch Sex and the City. And day one, I was like, what the hell is this shit, Day 3, I was like, like
you thought she was going to present you with some porn. I'll watch it.
Of course, because it was like in the times when we only had like this dial-up connection, and the pictures would load like this very, very slowly, and you would sit like this. So yeah, so day 1 I was like completely furious. Day 3 I was like, why Miranda doesn't go out with like Carrie a lot, because they look like soulmates, It was amazing, and the coolest thing about it is that I not like learned, but I improved English, which is great.
Yeah, you know how to say slut in lots of cool new ways now, don't you? I've never watched the show. I just thought it would be funny. Don't get mad. Should we? I think we have a couple of shoutouts we can catch up on here.
Yes, we do have some. We have an extremely sad shout out from somebody who was sent in $30 Canadian, and the note from this person is, "Dunk, it's pronounced like definition." Basically, Lynn Stefan's definition has been great, sending in donations all this time and super chats, and I've been bumbling over her name every single time. So she sent in a donation to make sure I get it right. So it's pronounced like definition. I've got to remember that. So it's definition.
I have a feeling she's going phonetic on the next one because I don't think we're fully there yet.
No, I'm never going to be fully there. Let's be realistic about this. We also have generic username sends in $5. Can we get a Futch update, please? And by that, I don't think he means can you update the dog. I just think he wants you to give us some news about Futch. Not Futch 2.0.
Software update.
You can update dog, but you have to stick the cable somewhere. But he's completely fine. Today he attempted to have some good time walking outside, but unfortunately he hates water, and it's been raining for the whole day. So he's just spending his time home, eating and sleeping like a good dog.
That's funny. The real tough guy. Animals are funny that way, though. I mean, if the guy walking the dog has an umbrella and the dog doesn't, I wouldn't want to go out either, to be honest.
Well, let's see a dog carrying an umbrella. That would look very strange.
Yeah. Well, you could have like a harness that has a, sort of rectangular-ish umbrella that would go over the dog. Yeah,
It's an anorak.
Yeah.
So we also got a super chat from INTP, great name, $5. I think going back to the musical because it says time to cue the banjo music in Crimea.
Oh yeah, first super chat ever from INTP as well. So thank you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Popped your cherry. Nice.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, and I'm clear over here, so we are good. Starsky, the whole thing with Elon Musk and the photo campaign everybody's doing over in Ukraine. You know this story, right? Yeah. Here, let me bring these up here. But yeah, Elon was, what did he say here? He screwed up and said something stupid. And so everybody's popping up, hey, Elon, we're here. And they're all over the place. It's really funny. Elon just can't seem to open his mouth without saying something stupid anymore, can he? The guy really has a hard time. I like SpaceX and what they do, so I think they need a spokesperson because then it's not going to be laughable or something, right? But yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, this was in response to resistance in temporarily occupied territories. Yeah. And he was saying there were no Ukrainian protests in the occupied territories. And people are like, what the hell are you on, dumbass? So it's really funny.
Oh, yeah. He believes that people in Donbass, they were waiting Russians with apple pies and flowers because apparently he believes that Russian-speaking Ukrainians want to be Russians. At the same time, according to this logic, I think all the Canadians, all the Americans, all the Australians and Kiwi, they want to be British.
Well, obviously they do.
You'll note he convincingly left off South Africans.
Oh,
that being where he's from.
Yeah, because it's hard to understand them anyways. But not as hard to understand them as like Cockney. Cockney is in, yeah. I gotta learn it as a different language actually.
Yes.
But according to this logic, like it's crazy. It's like Austrians want to be Germans.
Well, one of them did.
Yeah. So
that's historical revisionism.
It's fucking stupid. The dude is fucking ridiculous. I think the problem is that he has some kind of Russian friends, like with this direct connect to Kremlin, and he passes all kinds of Russian bullshit directly into the Musk's head. President Zelensky is generally Russian speaking. On public, he speaks Ukrainian because of course it's a state's language. If you cannot speak Ukrainian language, being a president, you're a bad president. But at home, for example, he can speak like whatever language he wants. And he comes from generally Russian-speaking city of Kryvyi Rih, Again, I'm not justifying them for being Russian speaking, because Ukrainians were forcefully made speak Russian language by Russian Bolsheviks, people who were trying to preserve Ukrainian language. They were fucking shot and repressed. That's why a lot of people in Ukraine, they still carry this legacy of Bolsheviks. But at the same time, Musk is completely ridiculous with such statements. I believe that he has to fire his spokesman and find a better one.
Yeah, well, he should shoot his spokesman, but I think that's called suicide. So,
Oops.
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just saying. Let's see here. I think we got a couple of shout outs we can do. And then I got a little thing I want to bring up as well.
Okay, well, yes, we got a Shigawire. Oh, never heard that name before. Sends in 100 Norwegian kroner. I'm Norwegian. Guess that. Two of my nieces are half Ukrainian, and they were visiting their grandfather in Lviv in Ukraine when the invasion happened. Suffice it to say, I am incredibly biased on your side. Yeah, don't blame me. Well, we're all biased on his side, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, hands up who isn't, and then you can bugger off. Right. Nelly Cat sends in no message, but sends in 4,000 Hungarian florins. Sound delicious. We'll have some of those later. And yes, florins. Oh well, whatever. But hey, there we go. That's the catching up on that side. So what else surprise have you got for Starsky? Is it your doing a rendition of My Way? Is that what it is?
No. But there was just a recent announcement there. Department of Defense has allocated another like $425 million that's heading over for immediate battlefield needs as well as security assistance initiative. So, would you say, Starsky, this goes again to reinforce the whole thing that ally support for Ukraine hasn't dwindled at all in the face of them also supporting anybody who happens to be in the Israeli-Hamas conflict as well?
The scale cannot be compared, because more people live in my city block than people living in Palestine.
Right. Yeah.
I swear, guys, Palestine is not that big. The front line in Ukraine is like longer than 1,000 kilometers.
Right. Yeah. I mean, as somebody like I live in Canada, right? Born and raised. So I get hugeness, right? Like for me, I can take a cross country trip that for other people is like 5 countries you got to drive through, right? You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, the conflict in Palestine is not important. It's not an important topic.
Right.
But you can see that the level of, let's say, informational reach, the level of communication is completely different. And again, it's a normal thing, because if Israeli have like better tools to deliver their communication, deliver their messages to the world, they will have better engagement, of course. And here we can see that they're doing absolutely great job in this regard. I think Ukrainians should also work much more intensively, trying to communicate with international community, and at the same time, we should combat the Russian informational warfare that is waged against European countries.
Sorry, I'm typing here, and I don't do anything at the same time as anything well.
As for the Magyar birds, there was a question. I don't know him personally. He's a great man, and his guys are doing a great job, but I don't know him personally, unfortunately. Maybe in the future, we will meet and have like a 0 alcohol beer or something.
Yeah, and that was Norwegian krona, $50 Norwegian krona. I mean, super chat from BR Bowden as well. So big thanks there. Awesome, big thanks. There was something else I wanted to bring up. Oh yeah. Zelensky was very impressed with taking out Russian air defense systems. We have the little video here. I wanted to bring it up. That's about as best as it's going to come up because it's vertical video. Sorry, everybody, but here, let me just play it for you here. It's one of those moments where it's just boom, it's over. There we go. It happens so fast, right?
Off goes the weasel.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and there was just such pride in the way he's talking about the efforts of everybody involved in taking out these big, like these proper targets, these assets that really need to go, right?
Yeah, there was another question just now about the propaganda on YouTube, how to fight propaganda on YouTube. The best way to fight propaganda on YouTube is supporting the people you trust, supporting the channels you trust. It means increasing their reach, sharing their content, commenting on their content. Because it's very, very important. At the same time, if you have a YouTube channel or if you share some information, you have to do it more actively. You have to give out a lot of facts. You have to present facts. If people can be educated, right? If people can accept facts, and they don't blindly just believe in, like, Nazi in Ukraine eating babies, black gay Nazi fascists and whatever, and Jewish Nazi biolabs, combat ducks. If they don't just blindly believe in this fucking shit, and they can think and they can process information and accept information, then you fight bullshit with facts. It works only like this. There's no other way. And propaganda is made to produce bullshit. If people cannot accept it and they just blindly believe in the bullshit, then there's no sense in trying to convince them. That's one of the reasons why there are some pro-Russian fuckers I would love to debate with. At the same time, there are people that are completely useless, and there's no point in talking to them.
Yeah, those are the ones you want to debate in the back alley of a bar at night.
Yeah, make sure there's no cameras. Make sure to remove lights on the streets and stuff. And
yeah.
In order to be a good counter-terrorist, you have to be a bit of a terrorist yourself. Yeah, don't forget this.
Oh, that's funny.
So, let me ask you a question, Starsky. Do you think that the timing of the attacks in Israel and everything that's going on with Gaza right now, was it all focused on maybe distracting world attention and opinion from what's going on in Ukraine?
It was not made to distract the world's attention. It was made to destroy the world from within. It was made to destroy the unity of the democratic world and make them fight against each other, like Muslims versus Hebrew, and Christians, and people supporting Palestine and people supporting Israel, because we have both. We have big communities supporting Palestine. We have big communities supporting Israel. And until this moment, they more or less, lived in peace. They had different opinion, but they lived in peace. As soon as this shit became so horrific and we saw kids being decapitated and shit like that, this is exactly when people started like radically fighting, trying to defend their point of view. Giving absolutely zero shit about the opinion of their opponents. So this was specifically made to destabilize the democratic society, and maybe Russia did not plan this. Maybe it's not like Russia staged it, but Russia definitely uses this to destabilize democratic societies, democratic communities in Europe. We saw like multiple evidence. We saw proofs that $90 million were delivered to Hamas terrorists by the Russian stock exchange. We saw like the most recent case when a Moldavian couple in Paris was caught vandalizing property, vandalizing school with Stars of David. And when investigators took their phones, after examining their phones, they found out that this couple was hired by a person from Russia. And same situation happened in a different district of Paris. So basically, Russia does like, what's the point? The point is basically destabilize the society, and this is what they do perfectly. I remember, this. Several years ago in Catalonia, there were massive protests in Spain, in Catalonia, regarding separation of a state. And it was massively supported by fuckers with like flags of DPR, LPR, they were there, plenty of Russian flags. Same with like protests in Paris. Like Russians were everywhere, the Russian so-called combat reporters, they were always there supporting protesters versus the police and stuff. Their main mission is to destabilize Europe, is to make it less united, less strong, less protected. And after that, they will freaking destroy everything. I saw Putin's last interview when he was asked by, I believe, Margarita Simonyan, what is, where should Russia stop? Meaning the war. And Putin said, it's not about territory, it's about protecting Russian people, So basically he said, we will go as far as we need, maybe to even like La Manche. But we will not stop until Russian people are protecting. Meaning like what the fuck was that? Meaning like until you are dead, until you are until you belong to Russian empire. People don't realize that Russia is the last empire in the world, and empires cannot exist in the modern world, because modern world is all about partnership, trade. It's all about sharing your experience, sharing your skills, technologies to other people, and becoming rich. Right. This is how people become prosperous. Empire only exists due to capturing territories and resources and nations, and assimilating those nations, making them like Russians, like they did to Buryats, like they tried to do to Chechens, like they tried to do with the Ukrainians. And with the Ukrainians, they tried that for like centuries. Didn't help them. Ukrainians still remember their language and culture and history, traditions. But this is what they try to do. Russian Empire cannot exist, but its existence in the modern world is dangerous for the world.
Yes. Very much agreed. Very much agreed. I think that's why so many people keep saying that, Ukraine is playing the front line of a far bigger picture right now, right? There's I mean, you can't just like it's the modern day. The borders, the lines have been drawn. You can't just start doing this crap anymore.
Yeah, and
people using the term proxy war, and I think that's very, very true in this case.
Yeah.
When we have a let's say not dictatorship of law, but law rules. Okay, in European countries, in democratic countries, law rules. If people say that there's no law in the US, and shit like that, take a banner, an empty banner, and go stay several minutes in the middle of the Moscow downtown. You will get fucked. There is law, but people think like corruption and whatever in civilized world don't compare to Russia. Just don't. You don't understand what you're talking about. And because why did I start this topic? So law rules, and there is legislation, there is international legislation, there are rules created by organizations like the UN. Okay, and according to the UN, there are internationally recognized borders. And by the way, Putin is the one who signed the same agreement with Ukraine, by the way, in 2003, I believe, recognizing Ukrainian borders back then. But as soon as this invasion started, he started openly saying that there's no such country as Ukraine, there's no such nation as Ukraine, they should not exist, they were artificially created, and similar bullshit. As soon as people start even consider questioning the legitimacy of internationally recognized borders, they are fucked.
I couldn't agree more. It's a huge, huge, huge deal. Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. Let's see here. I think we should switch it over to Dunk and get some shout outs and stuff cut up.
Yeah, we got quite a pile stacked up behind us.
Sorry, Dunk, one sec though. Starsky, have we got about another 20 minutes or so?
Maybe like 5.
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure. So we've got to go through the super chats. There's some questions, so I would suggest quick answers just to make sure that we can keep you on track here time wise.
Yeah, we had one in.
That we can keep you on track here.
No, bro, it's me. It's me.
Okay.
So BR Broden sent in 50 Norwegian kroner, and Starsky asked this, he saw this go up through the chat about the Magyar birds, so he addressed that one. But thank you for this very much for the super chat. Level 70 sent in $27.99 Canadian dollars. Now is not the time to abandon Ukraine for a false peace, just because some politicians are too important about how long the war is. Too impatient, idiot, about how long the war is taking. They should be helping Ukraine break the stalemate instead of complaining. Yeah. Don't think anybody would disagree with that. Generic username is gifted a Shills membership to somebody, some lucky git in the chat. BR Broden is back again with another 50 Norwegian kroner. Ukraine should be given carte blanche for using long-range weapon systems delivered from the West, even on Russian territory. Yes, quite possibly.
I agree.
And we also have Yvonne Way sends in 10 Swiss francs. Trust only Ukrainian news, not BS from Russia. Very true, very true. Aussie T's back's gifted another 5 memberships. And Sugarwire sends in 50 Norwegian kroner. Dear Starsky, what do you predict for the future of Kaliningrad?
It depends. Kaliningrad was historically it didn't belong to Russia, but again, we have internationally recognized borders, so it depends on. It's very hard to predict its future. What I predict for the whole Russia is that it will disintegrate into multiple states. Again, it only depends on the people living there. If people like still have some, memory of their roots, of their national origin or whatever, or they got completely annexed and assimilated by Russians, hard to tell. I don't live there. I don't talk to them. But it's absolutely possible that Kaliningrad will turn into proud independent republic someday.
They'll have their own Eurovision Song Contest entry, no doubt. Hopefully. And we just got one quick last one to come here before we close up the show. Liam Wakefield gifted 5 memberships. But we do have a foodie question if you'd like to discuss some food. We had a question from the chat that said, what would be Putin's final meal if you were allowed to prepare it and special something for him? I would imagine the entire Ukrainian Defense Force would line up and just squeeze one off directly into his mouth. That would be one way to give him a final meal. But, what would be your choice, Starsky?
For Putin's last meal?
Yeah.
Well, I just 2 hours ago, I was showing people, that not famous but notorious Russian video of Putin kissing a little boy's belly, basically eating his stomach. Well, yeah, it always gives me shivers when I even think about it. Yeah, but maybe we should find that boy. He's already a grown-up man with huge beer belly and whatever. Maybe he would like to try it one more time before he's dead.
Got some extra special fluff been collecting in his belly button for him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the gunk.
I imagine there are a lot of Russian frontline veterans that would love to make him eat Russian MREs.
that is too cruel even for Putin,
Okay.
trust me.
Okay.
Well, we have heard a delightful meal to give to Venus flytraps is clippings from a fungused athlete's foot. So maybe we could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody really fed fungus from their own foot to a Venus flytrap to see if it would eat human flesh. I just don't think that's really all that scientific.
We could always see if Venus flytraps would eat bits of Putin.
Yeah.
At the time.
I still think tastes better than Putin than Russian bacon from Russian MRE.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. God, that looked nasty when you guys did that. Oh,
my God, I still have bad dreams, man.
I bet it was revolting. They need nutrition and food to be able to do the whole military thing, not death in a package. It's just awful. Okay, well, we're close on time, and we already have Dunk to catch up on a couple more, I think, right? So, do we? Hello? I don't hear him.
Sorry. Oh, an amateur forgetting to unmute. Jason Smith for $5 says Amir Whiteman said Russia will pay the price. We're not forgetting what you have done. We will make sure Ukraine wins. Will it happen? Of course, it will happen. It will happen.
Yes.
They're definitely going to win, and Russia is just going to lose big time.
Yeah, may the sunflowers be fertilized by orc blood. So I think
we're all caught up. We're all caught up.
Yeah, and I think we're at wrap up time too.
Yes, we got to send Starsky off to bed.
Yes, that's right. He needs hugs and kisses, and it's time for bed.
Cuddly wuddlies.
Hey, we know a professional cuddler. We'll give you her number. Yes. It's just the weirdest crap going on in the world, man. So a big thanks here to CF Beauty for helping us run everything in the background, like the mod team and the research team. We got Catalan T, Shayna Caldwell, huge support behind the scenes as well. They're doing a, you see our raccoon guy here. Let me get this done for you proper. You see our raccoon, that's the new channel mascot dude. See, he's wearing a baby Starsky shirt and all. He needs a name. So he needs a name. So join the Discord. The link will be in the live chat here coming up, and help us pick a name. They've got a contest going on. It'll be really cool. So BME as well, Liam Wakefield, Ali, and that's our team today. So thanks everybody. Let's see who's up here. Commander McMillan, last thoughts of the day.
Nothing specific to add. We've covered most of the key things. The one thing I think everybody should kind of be aware of and keep monitoring is the fact that there are increasing calls by conservative factions, not just in the U.S., but in other countries as well, to start cutting back on or eliminating entirely support to Ukraine. And those people need to be convinced of the error of their ways.
Yes. Good call. Good call. Dunk, what do you think? Last words of the day.
Yeah, I'd really like to thank our special guest, Cole Pilkington, showing up to take the place of Starsky, who couldn't make it tonight. It was a great stand-in, and not as funny though, but yeah. So thanks very much for coming, and thank everybody for all the super chats and stuff, and thank you for making me read them out. Till then, I'll just say, kiss me goodnight, Captain Starsky. We'll see you next time. Slava Ukraini!
Oh, and I'll do my usual reminder because I think this is very important. But you got to keep on your local, regional, and federal, national governments, whatever they may be called, and make sure that you're pressuring them. Everybody, get your neighbors and your friends doing this as well. Snail mail, phone calls, email, whatever it takes to make sure that they're doing their utmost to support Ukraine. As much as we can do, and we're all trying our best, they got the real cash, right? They can throw around huge bucks and equipment and stuff. So stay on your governments. Stay on your governments. And Starsky, yours, last words, pal.
Thank you, bro. How do you think is that that creature? Is that he or she? Is that a boy or a girl?
I don't think I think it's a little early to be in.
I don't remember drawing any little lady parts on him.
Yeah, and I don't think he's got a pull and tug appendage either. So I think right now it's he or she or they or them or but yeah, the name thing is open. Whatever whatever works the best. We don't care.
I did actually draw a massive cock on it, but I thought it probably would be appropriate to have it out all the time.
You guys.
Yeah, but we got to think about it because my proposal is to call him Ben, like Ben Hodges.
Okay, all right. So there we've got one we can vote for. We Ben Hodges, Ben the raccoon. Like it. Very good idea. Very good idea.
Because I mean, raccoons are kick-ass. Yeah. They like our recons for now I see it. Yeah, our recons have it as their mascot as well.
Mm-hmm.
So my idea is Ben, like General Ben Hodges.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and also I would like to say thank you guys. I know that a lot of you came here from my stream. Hopefully we will be seeing each other much more often. And give this channel thumbs up. And what the hell just happened?
It's in the iOS, macOS preferences for your camera. There's like if you do the heart thing with your hands, you'll get a whole whack of hearts come up on the screen. Hey, look, there's one for that.
Yeah. So as always, I would like to say thank you. Give this channel thumbs up. They're doing a great job. Thank you for supporting my country. Of course, because it's very, very important. Thank you so much.
Take care, everybody. Remember these 2 words, Slava Ukraini. We'll see you all soon.
Kissy kisses.
It's over. Go home. Go.